welcome back to today's video. So it's a bit of a different setting. We're sitting down. I feel very professional, but we decided to film a Q&A. I did put a post on my story and I did mention it in my most recent YouTube video that I was going to do a sitting down Q&A with Mum, so you could send all your questions in. So I've picked a few questions from my phone and me and Mum can answer them for you.
Excuse the background noise if you can hear it, but so we're making hay.
Yeah, we're trying to talk really loud, aren't we? So we're trying to blur the noise of, what is it, a combine? Is it a combine?
No, say we're out there with the tractor mowing.
Mowing with the tractor.
We're making hay.
We're making hay. Right, let me go on my notes. Right. From Willow and Bentley on Instagram.
Hello Willow and Bentley.
They asked, how did you and your mum get into riding? So I'll let you answer this first because obviously you were born for me.
Okay, so I was the only one in my family that could not drive past a field with horses in without making my dad stop. And my dad kind of liked them. He didn't love them, nor did anyone else in my family, but I loved them. So I begged and begged and begged. I used to get dropped at a little yard when I was younger, and I would ride anything, and I begged and begged and begged to have my own pony, which I did up until my teenage years. And then when Fifi was born, because she was my last one, I thought now's the time, it's my time, I'll get back into it. So I bought myself a nice little horse called Otis, and it started from there.
And then with me, how did you get me into?
So then,
I feel like you're better to explain.
So then, Fifi, Fifi's got one brother and two sisters, and we had little stables at the end of our garden. We didn't have a field. We used to rent a bit of field at the back.
We had no arena. It was just a little.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
No, nothing fancy.
So yeah, so I purchased a little pony. Fee's got a picture actually of her riding it, the little white one, Torim. He was an absolute sweetheart. And I think she started riding about 2, you know, just sort of bobbing along like you do, and 3, and then 4, and then 5, and none of the other girls wanted to ride. And she just carried on, and it just, every year, she never...
I had no choice, basically. Mum just wanted a horsey daughter, and here I am.
No, you did, but you never stopped. So, yeah, and that was that, really.
So, thank you, Willow and Bentley, for that question. From India, Ernie and Willow, I'm guessing these are horsey names. What are your plans with all the horses? Let's start with Nebo. So Nebo is now starting eventing, which is really, really exciting. And currently he's jumping out at 90, and we're just going to carry on with that. Like, we need to improve on our dressage and hopefully get our score a little bit more down, because he is very excitable. The dog's going mad.
No, it's because Bear spotted us sitting here. Bear, come and say hello.
I don't even know if you can see him. How could you come in?
Bear's our Labrador.
So what was I saying? So yeah, so we need to focus on his dressage as well in the venting phase, and hopefully start getting his score down and just seeing how that goes really with his 90. And maybe in the future we would love to see if we can move him up to a metre, but we just have to wait and see. And then we've got my little retired pony Jack, haven't we?
Yeah,
and
he's had Jack since she's about 13.
Yeah, and he's just living life as a little retired pony. We'd love, because we own a retirement farm, we'd love to put him in the field and let him actually enjoy like a full life of just being fully retired. But he has got laminitis and Cushing's, so we just can't fully chuck him out.
So he has to be watched carefully and monitored.
So he's just living the life of Riley and just eating out of house and home basically for free. And with Honey, do you want to explain about Honey?
Yeah, so plans with Honey are to sell Honey. She's going to go up for sale in July.
Yeah.
And hopefully, fingers crossed, because she is fabulous.
She's a diamond.
She's fabulous. She can do anything. So, and hopefully, you know, a special little boy or girl will love her and fuss her. and make her their, you know, she'll be their number one. So,
Yeah,
and because she loves fast.
And she deserves to go
as
out
soon as
there
you go
and
into
be a
the
little
field,
pony.
and she, you know, sometimes we have to go and creep in so she doesn't see us, because she just comes running, bounding, you know, she's like a little happy puppy.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing with Honey.
And then Milagro, I know so many times I was like, I'm not getting rid of Milagro. I'm absolutely in love with him and Honey. And I was sort of putting it off because I feel like Honey's a little bit more of a second pony and Milagro's sort of that in between. And I was like, it's fine, I'll keep him for my nephew because my aunt, Tommy absolutely adores him.
Yeah, but Tommy's only 2.
He's only 2, so I've got to be realistic.
I said to Fifi, you know, he needs one-on-one. He needs someone special. And do you know what?
He's tiny.
He's so fabulous.
Oh, he's amazing.
I mean, in everything, he's fabulous. You can put kids on him.
We're actually really grateful to actually have. It's quite rare to have 2 little ponies a similar size, and they're both
but I
as
do
good
think
as gold.
that comes with also breaking them in yourself, because you've done it the right way. There's been no rush with them. You know, it's not been like without.
I've just been booed on.
Oh my god. She actually has.
I've just been pooed on by a bird. Well, that's good luck.
Good luck, yeah.
Oh my god.
Could have been in your hair.
1 minute. I've never been pooed on in my life.
You have now.
Ugh. That is vile.
So yeah, what I was saying about Milagro is that he's just different class, I think, and which she never. Oh no, that's what I was saying. Go back to what I was saying about when we broke them in, because there was no rush. There was no like, oh well, we're going to get a pony as a project, and then in 3 weeks' time put it up for sale.
Like we've had them over a year.
They've been with us for over a year, so they've learnt so much. You know, just the simplest things like tying them up, the wash down, you know, making them
out alone,
stand to be bathed and pick their feet out, and you know, wait for their feeds, and you know, all the small little things that take weeks to achieve. We've managed to do that. So, and I think now's the right time, because you know, whoever they go to, it's going to be super lucky.
Yeah. From Jessica Show Jumping.
Hello, Jessica.
What has happened with Danny?
Oh,
so do you want to explain about Dan? Because we've not really.
I sounded like Nessa then, Gavin.
Oh,
what's occurring?
Oh, Ness.
Danny had an old injury and he came sound after 18 months of field rest. And then it seems with Danny, the fitter he gets, the more obviously, the more work he has to do, that it comes back. So I didn't think it was fair. As much as you love riding,
he felt fine, and I just got on him, and I was just doing a bit of flat work, and he wasn't lame. I literally just said to Mum, I don't think he feels 100% foot perfect, and
so we popped him up to my vet, and my vet said it's the same leg. So he's out in the field at the moment with only a few of the retirements to just chill out,
have a little easy life.
I mean, I can use him for happy hacking, which I will do, but at the moment
the weather's nice as well. He's just having a bit of a chill time. I'm sorry if we get your name wrong. We're gonna say Vazal, but I'm not too sure. But will you get another horse, and what would it be? I will get another horse because Nebo is going to be
only once she sells the ponies.
Once the ponies go, I will get another horse, just because money is sky high right now with the price of horses, so I feel like you need a decent.
But I do think though, like, people go on about
bit of money.
I do think people go on about prices for horses, but because we've had two ourselves that we've broken in and put so much work into them, I now really understand why. But what type would you like? Tell them.
Well, just as I was saying, because Nebo's going to be 19 next year, I would like something a bit younger to run alongside him. By the time he needs to slow down, that I'll have something already a bit more produced. So I would look for a finer project that has done a little bit more work.
Maybe a thoroughbred cross.
Yeah, cross maybe. And yeah, I would just like to have that as a project to move up in the world of eventing.
It wouldn't be a project though, would it be? No.
No, I mean a project for eventing.
Do you mean a project for you to produce for yourself?
For eventing, yes. That's what I meant. From SMG Venting,
Hello.
Mum can answer this question. Will you ever build an arena at your yard?
Oh, please. If anyone knows my husband, just bombard him with messages, because I've been asking for years and years and years. We've got the plans done, and nothing. The lunge arena's half done, and now obviously it's summer and it's harvest and haymaking, so it's rain. Rain. Well, I was going to say rain stop play. It has actually been rain stop play because we can't do nothing. But yeah, love one. Sore subject in our household.
Mum loves that question.
But hats off to Fifi, for how she's produced, and especially in eventing now, it's not so. You do realise that eventing, you'd only really use the arena in the summer, but we won't tell him that.
No.
But yeah, we'd love one, and she's done amazing with what she's done with that one.
From Tilda, I hope I'm saying your name right, Tilda Whiteson. How did you manage to get, how did you go about getting all your horses? So I'm going to start with Jack. And Jack, he come to us from one of your friends, didn't he? Just because I needed to move up. Yeah. He was a bit naughty. And no one really wanted him.
No, he wasn't naughty. He just bites.
He bites.
He bit me actually yesterday on the leg, but that's the first time he's ever bit me in all the years.
The problem is
Grumpy Jack.
They wanted to sell him, and he's a kid's pony. He's 14 too, and he's he's about 14-1. So obviously he was on the British show jumping tracks of for kids.
He was amazing.
And he was amazing. He won Pony of the Year. Wasn't great around kids in the stable. He was a little bit miserable.
He's not a small child's pony. And to be quite truthful, my friend was like, because we bought Jack, and she was so good. And
he actually really taught me to ride, because he is a testing pony. If you do not ride him correct, he will deck you.
She did say to Fee, once you learn to ride him, you'll love him.
Yeah. It took me a while to bond with him. Yeah. Because he was very stuck in his ways.
Yeah, he was like, no, you're not riding me right. So
I did get decked a lot. Yeah. So that's how we got Jack. And the next one, I would say it's Nebo, isn't it?
Yep.
Nebo, as you may know, Mum set up a retirement livery at our farm, and Nebo come to you, didn't he?
Nebo came to me with his old owner, who had just had a baby, and she said that obviously he was sound, there was nothing wrong with him, but she just couldn't fit him in and get to the yard with a newborn baby. Absolutely fair enough. It's almost impossible unless you've got a big team around you. So I had him on retirement here, in and out the field just of a day, in at night, out during the day. And Fee came down. It was about the time she'd given up for a couple of years because she'd lost her special pony, Jackson.
And Jackson actually, the reason I bonded so much with Nebo is because Jackson and him look so similar. So when I was just coming down to the yard, Mum would always find me in Nebo's stable, give him a brush, give him a groom, and I just really bonded with him on the ground. And I actually said to Mum, do you think that his owner would let me have some tack, and that I could just take him for a plod round the yard? And she agreed, and then we actually ended up loaning him, and then I just fell in love with him, and we bought him. So,
we bought him for £1.
We exchanged him for £1.
We bought him for £1 because his owner, she's such a darling.
We writ up a contract
Jessica,
that he would never leave the farm, and
she just wanted him to stay here with Fee. She was more.
And I'm still really close with Jess. She's always wanting to come up and see him.
Yeah, and you should give her a follow, because she does.
Oh yeah, she does polished shoes, so she makes really, really lovely memories with shoes.
She did London's 52.
She's got loads of followers.
Honestly, they're incredible.
I'll put her little Instagram down below. Yeah. I got Honey on Facebook because I was looking for. It come to the summertime, and I only had Nebo and Jack, and I just wanted a project because I've always had it in the back of my head of, I love to produce little ponies, and I was like, Mum, I'm just going to get a summer project. And yeah, so we found Honey on Facebook, and that's how we got Honey. And we got Milagro as a project. He was actually a colt, and yeah, we bought him and then we castrated him, and that's how we got him. We got him off Facebook as well. We travelled up to Wales.
Danny came to us, not retirement, but to stay with us until he was sold. And I just said, oh, I'm not really happy to put him in the field in case he gets kicked. So I said, oh, my daughter rides, maybe she could loan him. And we did, and we loaned him, and then we ended up buying him because he was super.
And then Mac was on Facebook again, just reaching out for a little bit of help from his previous owner, because like we said in one of our YouTube videos that we made, that he has got a injury that they just never knew if it was going to come right or not, but there is a possibility that it is. So
I can't bear to see him put to sleep.
He was going to be put to sleep, so we were just like, drop it off to us and we will just put him in the, because everyone keeps asking me like, where's Mac, but he is in the retirement field, just plodding around because he's young.
Massimo.
Yeah.
Massimo is 15, more, a bit bigger.
Yeah,
could be a bit bigger. He was actually dumped on the side of the road. So we've had him since he was a foal. He is a pacer or a trotter, whatever the terms is, but he's just beautiful. We broke him in super easy, the easiest horse ever. So at the moment
he's just babysitting with Mac.
They're both really young,
yeah.
So they're both out together. We've broke him in, and now he's having some time off.
But yeah, that's how we got all our horses. Horsey Life with Splash. How did you get into YouTube? Mother here.
Was it me?
Yeah, it was. Well, I've always loved YouTube.
Honestly,
when I was little,
if I go back on my phone, I've got videos that Fee made when she was tiny, say 6 or 7. She was videoing her hedgehog.
I had a pygmy hedgehog.
Making it jump over pencils, and she'd make all these little videos, and she loved photography. And
yeah, I've always been in with sort of that, but I feel like I've never had the confidence to just, like when I guess when you're in school, sometimes you find it might be a bit embarrassing if everyone found out, but as soon as I left, and I'm always down the farm, and
she's really funny, she does make us laugh every day. So I said to her, do you know what, why don't you start documenting, I've seen a few people do it on Instagram, and she's like, oh, I can't. I was like, go on, it'll be fun.
But now I feel so much more confident as well.
And you've probably seen the video of us laughing.
Yeah, I'll pop it in now. But where we own our own farm, is I don't feel that embarrassment where sort of you're on a livery yard and you're like, oh my god, people are looking at you. But now everyone that's come to our yard, I go, oh, by the way, you're probably going to be on YouTube videos, and we all have sort of a laugh about it. But no, I feel really confident
no one
about
takes
it
no
now.
About filming anymore.
So that is how I got into YouTube. And then we've got from Gemma Booth, how do you ride or keep the horses exercised in the winter with no arena?
Good question.
That is a brilliant question. We try our best. We have hacking.
700 acres of off-road hacking, but it does become quite muddy and boggy, so you have to get used to the mud. But the mud don't bother us.
No,
I mean,
but we've got tracks without mud.
Yeah. We do a lot of arena hires.
Yeah.
We also, which is really good to do, and obviously it's not as expensive as affiliated, a lot of unaffiliated.
Yeah.
So maybe she'll go and pop Nebo, not necessarily over a metre, maybe she'll just go in and do a 90 or an 80, but she'll use the warm-up as part of her training as well. So obviously, you're paying for the class, but it's not like an arena hire. So she'll go in and she'll do a nice warm-up, we get there early, and then she'll go in and do her jumping. We do it that way. We're pretty lucky, we've got fantastic new facility near us for this winter called
Radley Green.
Hang on, there's an aeroplane. Radley Green. They've got cross country, they have gallop tracks, they have a mini cross country course, they have dressage arenas, they have jumping arenas, all on surface.
We just keep the ponies ticking over through the winter, which is actually quite good, because now I picked up eventing, they do work very hard through the summer, and then it is sort of keeping them ticking over.
They're not
through the
super
winter.
fit,
no,
but they're a healthy fit. And then what happens is when we get to April, May, especially if the weather changes, as soon as we can, we get the jumps out and the arenas all cut out and set out on the grass fields, and obviously because we cut the hay, our gallop tracks are huge up in the field, so she does loads and loads of work with them. So it doesn't take long. It takes about 6 weeks, but she gets them back to super fitness.
From my mares Bella and Rio, how do you get noticed on social media? So I always wanted to know this question, but it is just keeping, like, being on your phone, like video anything. And I always found, like, if I made a story or a video or a TikTok, it always has to be something interesting, but it actually doesn't. Like, even if you're just walking to the field to go get the ponies in, just vlog it, just put a video up, and you will find people are just interested. I just sit and watch anything.
I think people are just interested in daily life.
Yeah, you don't have to do like this. You don't have to set it up. You don't have to think of ideas.
And
you
be
just
real
vlog.
as well.
Yeah.
I've always said to Fee, you know, she's always been honest about, she buys a lot of stuff off a Facebook marketplace, second hand, what she can't afford. You know, she's always looking for ways to get bits that she needs. And it is just being completely honest. I mean, you know, you all have crap days. And I say,
I think it's nice,
because everyone can relate. You know, it's not all roses, is it, in the horsey world? You know, one minute it's going great, the next minute, you know, disaster. So yeah, just be real and honest,
and just keep posting.
I moan at her all the time. I'm like, put your phone down and help. And she's like, I'm just chatting, I won't be a minute. But she vlogs all the time.
Yeah, you have to be consistent, because as soon as you sort of, people don't start seeing you on the For You page, you end up dropping off a little bit. So you need to always post even little TikToks. Even when you're tacking up to ride, just put your phone on the side. You don't have to speak, just tack them up, and when you get home you can do a little voiceover. It can be absolutely anything. Making feeds, just film it. And you can do, when you do posts on Instagram, if you're thinking, I'm not getting as many likes or I'm not getting as many comments, well, are you doing that to other people? Comment on their stuff, like their posts, because you can't expect it if you're not giving it back. So it's not going to come over
where everybody's got to.
It's not going to happen overnight. I'm a year in and it's only starting to sort of pick up now, and I'm so grateful because I've never just stopped doing it. I've always just pushed through it, even when I was only getting 2 likes.
She does it because she's lonely. Not lonely in that way because she's got me, but because she's down here on her own and she's got no other girls her own age. I think, you know, you like chatting to people, don't
it feels
you?
like I'm talking to people all the time, because where this is my job, where this is my job, like, I guess people are always at work chatting or talking on the phone. So me, this is, if I'm getting the horses in, I just chat to my phone and I can edit it all later and everyone's interested. So it's absolutely fabulous. So that is how you get noticed on Instagram. Just keep up to date and don't stop believing in yourself, because I still carried on even when I was getting 2 likes. So, do you know what I mean? From Isla Combe, the worst fall you and your mum have ever had? Fall off the horse. My worst fall is I bought a pony as a project years and years ago, and I got on her and she just bolted, basically. And I got chucked into the fence, cut all my leg open. Mum went, come on, just hop back on, you'll be alright. I think she just had an explosion. Got back on again, done it again, and I landed on my bum and I broke my coccyx bone, and I couldn't sit down for months, and it killed, basically, and that's what put me off of bears. So that's my worst fall.
My worst one was I had
I've not
a Welsh
heard
section
this.
D. You have?
Oh yeah,
Of my friend, took him out hacking. Didn't actually even ask if he liked hacking on his own. Should have done. Took him out on his own. He wanted to go left. Sorry, he wanted to go right up home. I wanted to go left. I was like, no, you're going left. And with that, he bronked and bronked and bronked and bronked. Couldn't get me off. So he went bolt upright and backwards with me on him.
Yeah.
So
and that actually knocked your confidence.
Knocked my confidence
for
for about a year. I was petrified.
Because that is actually one of the questions.
You know, when they mean it, you know, it's different if you have, you know, if your horse bronks and bucks and all that, and you slide out the door. But when
one of the questions, I can't remember who it was from, but it says, how would you get your confidence back from a confidence knock? So I don't know if you want to sort of answer that with this.
Yeah, I think to get my confidence back was to to talk about it.
Yeah.
And Fee used to say to me, "Come on, Mum, you'll be fine. We'll all go out together." You know, and not let the what ifs.
It's your mind,
because your mind just goes to, what if this had happened? What if that had happened? Is to say, well, do you know what? It didn't happen. It's done.
I feel like everyone goes through a confidence knock. Yeah. I did, especially like when Jack was getting a bit older, and I was just happy hacking him out.
You had that time, didn't you? That was just.
No, but I'm talking about when. Do you remember when I wanted to hack Jack out on his own and he kept really napping, and I really lost my confidence because he was threatening to rear. He never actually reared, but I think after I lost my horse and I had a break from it, it just really knocked my confidence, and I don't know what was wrong with me, but as soon as he went to like stop to nap, I was like, no, Mum, I don't want to kick him, I don't want to push him forward, because I was so scared that he was going to do something, even though that I knew that I've been in the field bareback and teaching my horses to rear.
But it was so funny because she was like that, and then all of a sudden she came through the yard one day and he tried to nap back to the stable.
And I just growled.
I could see she was like,
get on with it.
Oh, going now. And she come bolting up here in trot, and I thought, she's got it back. Yeah. And he never done it. He never done it again, because he was like, oh, okay, there you are.
I think just because he was so testing, and he always is, that when I had a break from it once I lost my horse and I just wanted to happy hack him, he then tested me again. He is such a testing horse, and I was just he got away with it, and I just said, no, you are not getting away with it with me.
All horses need an alpha though, don't they? They all need an alpha. You don't have to whack them.
No.
And you know, sometimes a simple growl, get on with it, can do the trick. But I think Jack was so thankful, because he was like, yeah, my fee's back.
Yeah.
And that was that.
And yeah, thank you all for your questions. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and if you've got any more YouTube video ideas, comment them down below. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.